Okay, guys, welcome tonight. My name is Maccabi. Probably know most of you. There are probably a few out there I don't know that might be in our downline. My business partner and I, Darren, we're on here tonight to try to give you guys some direction, and to give you guys a little hope. Now, I'll tell you up front, a few things about myself is, I've been in the business for a long time, guys. I learned it through in network marketing in the very beginning. That's where I started. And I've grown every single year, as I've entered the internet marketing space 14 years ago. And I kind of did it backwards, where most people, please stay muted, guys. Okay, where most people actually, where most people start this, basically doing what you guys are doing and doing offers on the front end, direct to people and recruiting and things like that. I actually did it backwards. I actually learned the cost per lead market and the cost per sell market first. That's where I started. So a lot of the things that I do and I use, came from that space. And then some of the stuff that I also do came from the network marketing space, which Darren and I are both super familiar with. To combine, we got about 60 years worth of experience in that space. And we're going to share some of the best techniques that I can tell you to do, guys. But I'm going to tell you with this offer, because it's a low-cost offer, there's two things you have to master, okay? And we have the Jedi Master of Facebook on this call, and that's Darren Little. And so I'm going to let Darren talk about that in a little bit, but I want to talk a little bit about email and funnels. Now, so you guys know what I've been working on. I'll just kind of show it to you, okay, so you guys can actually see. I've been in the back since we actually, I said I was going to take a little step back for a second. I was going to go work on something for my team versus focusing on myself. So let me just pull this page down so you guys can actually see, because here's the thing. I've got quite a few pages in here. You're going to see some of these pages are old pages that I basically had incredible luck with, that I went ahead and I pulled out of the bag, to start using again and just change some copy on them. So these are the capture pages that we have set up inside Power Lead System right now. Okay. They're all pretty hot. This page right here, I'll tell you now, I had crazy luck with this page. I made tons of money on this page. Okay. This one right here, nice background. You see it's got some noise back there. Okay, I'm going to shut this one down because it'll keep going. This one also I had crazy luck with, guys. Crazy luck. And the reason I put this out there, obviously, I don't really guarantee it. I'm just going to tell you that up front. But if people actually do what I tell them to do, they can make, $100 in 48 hours. The big deal is to get them into training like this right here, because that's what's going to make this happen. If they get into training and they turn around and they go through everything, they're going to make at least $100 from what I'm showing them to do, okay? The other thing is, we got this page right here. Again, got a little sound behind it. Nice, clean, so on and so forth. And then we got this page right here, okay? This page, very simple page. This is a very good page, too, though I had really good luck with this page in the past. Obviously, and I only do email, guys. I'm going to tell you why. I get the highest capture rate from email. And what I typically do in a lot of my emails is I'll tell people to go look me up on Facebook and give them my URL. I don't always do them in the canned emails or the auto response emails, but I do them later in blasts. Okay, so how I set everything up inside Power Lead System is a little different than some people. Like, just to kind of show you a little trick that I do is this, guys. I take my page, like let's say I want to edit one of these. And you're going to notice that I have the autoresponder going out from Power Lead System, but I also have it going into my Aweber. Now, let me tell you why I do that. Because every week I do blasts from my Aweber account, okay? And I let the autoresponder work from Power Lead System. Now, I'm going to tell you up front, I know for a fact Power Lead System doesn't always hit the inbox. It just doesn't. But what I can promise you is this: my blasts and my broadcasts are going to do it, okay? So when you start doing broadcasts from Aweber, you're actually going to have the benefit of having your leads here and having your leads there. Now, the unfortunate side, I'll tell you this, Neil and I had a long conversation about this, because there was a time when I was doing tons of email out of here. I'll just see if I can show you actually the stats to see where it's at. Let's see, they might have changed it. Hold up a second, let me move this box. Let's see. Oh, right here. So here's the thing. There was a time, and I haven't been using this a lot lately, but there was a time when you see right here it says available to send. there was a time when I would literally go in there and I would have 70,000 emails to send, and I couldn't send them because I had put that many leads inside the system. Now, I haven't been blasting traffic to this, so you guys want to make sure you watch this right here, because if you max this, and you will, what's going to happen is you're only going to have 30,000 emails to send per month off this autoresponder. You're going to have to move to Aweber, okay? And I will move all the campaigns, so you guys know. This campaign is all set up here so you guys can actually see it. I think we got 14 emails in here that I've written so far, and I'll probably end up writing a few more, or 15. There's 15 emails in here. Okay, some of them came actually from Darren. I'll tell you up front, Darren doesn't even know that because he sends emails all the time. I just snatched some of them up, used those two, and then I added a bunch more, and then I tweaked a bunch of things. And I'll add a bunch to Aweber also, guys, and then I'll give you guys a share code for Aweber as well. But the funnel itself, so you guys can actually see the pages. Let me come back over here and show you. It'll go from the capture page into what we call a video sales page, or a VSP. And this is the actual first page. Okay, I actually took the video, hello and welcome, the corporate video. I added a video in the front and a video closing at the end. And then on this button right here, it pops up in case people want to contact you. They can contact you. Click here, they can get your email. Okay, this is the Get Started Now button. You're going to notice this is going to flash a little bit because it's actually an animated GIF. So that draws people's attention to it. I had really good luck using this funnel in the past. This funnel, so you know, is responsible for $586,000 in income last year. Okay, this exact funnel. I just basically took it, copied the pages over, made some tweaks, changes, and put it back together. Okay, this one right here on the step 2, it's going to take you over to the Power Lead System, basically the sales pitch, so people understand what Power Lead System is. And it's moving a little slow right now, guys, because I got a lot of uploads going on because I'm trying to finish it out. So this got the welcome video by me up at the top, and then it's got a sales pitch basically in here. I will edit this down the road where I'll have the actual capture pages in for this funnel. This one actually came from this funnel, and it was the top producing one. That's why I used it again. And, you know, I've edited all the other stuff. There's a few images in here that'll say Max Money Pro in here, but people won't really know what that is. But they'll see all of this information like this. I got to get this image edited right here. And right here, let's see, right here too, also got to have it edited. That's the 2 that need to be edited. But for now, we're fine. So here's what happens. They go down here. They see this. This is hard-coded in the system automatically to every single person. You don't need to worry about who it's going to. It's always going to you because that's the way the system's coded. It brings them to the sign-up page for the free trial. Down here, they're going to go to the Set Up Your System video. And all of these have nice, clean placeholders on them. They will all have placeholders on them before I'm done. But some of these actually, like this video, I think is live. And the bottom one is live, but the other 2 in the middle, this one's uploading right now. This one is, this one I got to do. I needed Darren's account for that, and he gave it to me right before this. And then this one's already done. And you'll notice at the bottom there's traffic, guys. And let's talk about traffic. I'm going to come back over to the screen because here's the reality, okay? I'm going to tell you up front, traffic is, people want instant gratification when they buy traffic. It doesn't work that way, okay? I didn't grow this monster list through instant gratification. Sorry to tell you. Sometimes I took a loss. That's just a fact. But I built my list, and that's why I'm able to do what I'm able to do and go out, drop a bunch of email to people, and then all of a sudden I get a ton of signups. And the cool part is I don't abuse my list like some people. I really take care of my people. I send them information, you know, and, you know, I try to do a good job. You know, I let people get to know who I am. And these are the things that are critical, guys. When you get an email from somebody, you got to remember, they don't know you from Adam. They have no idea who you are. So if they don't sign up, don't get offended. Okay, I did something in this email autoresponder series on the last day. I sent an email that basically tells them, hey, you know, you haven't signed up yet. Do you mind doing me a favor? Reply to this email, tell me why. And, you know, I did that in another deal, and I got tons of emails from people that would tell me, hey, you know, it just didn't fit for me or didn't appeal to me or this wasn't the right program. And that's, when that happened, that was what really caught my attention and made me say, okay, you know, I realized, you know, like when I was in a car business a long time ago, when I first got out of the military, my old boss said to me, there's an ass for every seat, meaning that not everybody likes every car. And I had just responded about like a 1989 or 88 Hyundai Excel back in the day. We took it in on trade. And we sold it in a sales meeting for like $50, and I ended up being the guy that actually bought it. And I was laughing about it. I walked outside, put a sign on it for $9.95, and that day I actually sold it for $9.95. And he says, "Yeah, see, I told you there's an ass for every seat." And here's what I want you to understand with people. Not every opportunity is going to be a perfect match for people. So when I do 4 or 5, maybe 6 opportunities a year, there's a reason why I'm doing it, because something that I've done so far this year hasn't caught somebody on my list. And I want to keep my list fresh. Does that make sense? I want to keep my list where people are actually buying something and constantly doing something with me. And the only way you can do that is by matching them up to different things. Okay? So just because they don't take, grab on right now doesn't mean that's a bad lead. You need to continue to build a relationship. You need to go over and do a broadcast. And I like to do them twice a week. I like to do a broadcast that one of them is a letter from the heart. And I'm not selling anything in this letter. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm just telling people who I am. Telling people what's going on in my life, my family, everything. I'm letting people get to know me. Okay? The next thing I like to do is I like to do an evidence of success. And that might be, somebody might come and say, "Hey, I have this idea, and then I help them work out the idea. Then they go try it and it's successful. And then I tell that story in that email, how I help somebody and work with them to make them become successful for free. Okay. And that's important to me, guys, for free, because here's the reality. People like that. I've preached this since the day I got on this side of the business. Okay. Email, when I first got in, it wasn't congested. You could email and get mad money, make tons of signups because it was brand new. But now all of a sudden the market's gotten congested. There's more people pouring into this space day in, day out. It's just happening. So the difference between somebody like, say, Mac and me, Mac will go mail a 700,000 list, and I'll go mail maybe 100,000 people out on my list, and I might get the same signups. And the reason that happens is I'm literally taking time to visit with everybody and talk to everybody. Touches. Okay, the more times you touch people, the more times they get to know you, the more comfortable they are with you, the more that they will actually do with you guys. It's just a fact, man. It's just law. That's just how it works. So I want you guys to understand what we do. There's really no secret sauce. There's nothing, guys. It's just a matter of putting your heart into it, putting some effort into it, and actually doing a little work, man. Doing something that maybe is a little uncomfortable for now, like making a video. Guys, believe me, I hate making videos. I'm not aerodynamic if you don't know, okay? I hate being on the camera. I hated photos my whole childhood. And now all of a sudden my buddy said to me, "You got to make videos, man." Hell no. I started making videos all the time where I was doing PowerPoints with none of my face. I just don't like my nose. So it was one of those things I would laugh about it. And the reality of it is, guys, I had to get past it, and you guys have to get past whatever's holding you back to and make some videos. Okay, I can promise you the videos, they're going to help you. They're going to help you a lot, okay? You're going to be able to do something great with your business, and you're going to be able to make some really, really good money. Hey, Darren, do me a favor and come on out real quick. I think I got a few people here messaging me real fast for this link.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, guys, so welcome to this exclusive and private VIP broadcast today. My name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I am excited for you. And I'm going to tell you why. Guys, what I'm going to share with you today is that if you really get what we're going to teach you and you take it seriously, you will literally never, ever have to worry about money again for the rest of your life. Okay? And I'm totally serious here. I'm not saying that from a hype. I'm saying that from the truth. Okay. Now, when I first got started on the internet, I'm what you would call technically challenged. Okay. I have tech skills of a 2-year-old. I'm totally serious. Okay. So when I first started, it took me about 3 weeks, true story, to load my first autoresponder. 3 weeks. Okay. And during that time, just from looking at the computer screen, I had vertigo, I had massive anxiety, I had cold sweats at night, and I couldn't sleep for 90 days. No joke, okay? And it was very, very challenging for me, and there was many times that I literally wanted to take my computer and smash it, or throw it out the window, right? Because I didn't think that I was ever going to be able to get to the other side. I didn't think, all right, can you just mute out there, pal?
Oh, yeah, sorry, bro.
I didn't think that, maybe it's not going to work for me. That's kind of what I thought in the back of my head. Now, the one thing that I did have going for me is that I came from conventional networking, right? Just relationships. And the thing that I'm going to share with you guys about just people, right? People in general, is that on your very first connection or exposure, only 2% will ever join your business. 2%, guys. This is why salespeople fail miserably in our industry. Okay, I'm talking miserably. If you're a realtor, a mortgage broker, an insurance agent in the automotive industry or retail, you're a stockbroker, those people have to be completely retrained to make a lot of money in our industry, okay? No joke, guys, okay? And the reason for that is that they come from a reality of pitching and then dealing with the objections to close. That's not our business model. It's not even how it's done. So all they get is rejection. Our business is very casual, okay? It's very kind of nonchalant. It's just, it's a casual convo. And typically when, depending on if the person is in your warm market, somebody that that you're good friends with, or another marketer that you've got a relationship with, or if they're somebody that may has just been following your content recently, or if they're completely cold. Okay, from cold, I mean, they don't even know who you are. Okay, so there's different categories of, prospects, but only 2% will join you on the very first connection or exposure. On the second connection, it only jumps to 3%, right? On the third connection, it jumps to 5%. On the fourth connection, it jumps to 10%. But on the 5th to the 12th connection or exposure, get this, 80%. Okay, that's the thing that you've got to really get about our type of a business. It's kind of like osmosis. It's kind of like you put suntan lotion on, you got a big blob here, and now you got to rub it, and now it's still a white streak. You got to rub it back and forth like this, right? And it sinks into the skin. That's our industry. Now, this is one of the reasons why we use social media, because what social media allows you to do is to open up a gateway to what I call your naked soul, the real you, okay? So a lot of people go wrong in our industry is that they try to be someone. They the whole fake it till you make it thing in online, it doesn't work, guys, okay? Trust me on this. It does not work. Stop trying to be someone. Stop lying to people. Stop trying to make it seem like you're some, big money maker when you can't even pay your rent, okay? You will get way more support from the marketplace by humbling yourself, by surrendering your pride, by surrendering your ego, and letting people follow your journey, right? Because we're really in an industry, just so you know, of personal development and leadership. That's the business model that we're in. Personal development and leadership. Now, your goal in our industry is to build a list of qualified prospects. That's it. Build a list of qualified prospects. Now, after you build a list, now you need to build a relationship with the list so that people will trust you, right? You have to build trust. You have to build rapport. And the only way that you're going to do that is by sharing your life, right? It's kind of like a reality TV show in a way. So what we do is, I know from conventional business, and they don't teach this until you get into, senior levels of management. Like if you're, vice president of marketing, or you're CEO, you learn these skills in business. And what you'll find is that if I want to, like I've raised tens of millions of dollars in venture capital for either my own deals or public companies or, an idea that I come up with. And what I'll share with you about that is that if I'm going to close a $2 million deal, okay, the guy that's going to write that check and he's going to, stroke a check out for $2 million, he is more impressed that I remembered that his son had a little league game and whether or not they won. That is going to have a much bigger impact on the relationship that I have with that guy than me pitching my deal. Okay. So the thing that I learned from my very first millionaire mentor, now keep in mind, guys, there are people out there that are in, the features and benefits, pitch, that, their personality type, they do really well at it, great, right? But they will never get any duplication on their team, ever. It just won't happen. So they'll have a huge, long front line, and then nobody will do anything. So they're not really putting themselves into cloning. They're not duplicating. So they've got no leverage. It's just them working and getting paid, which is just the same as being a glorified sales rep, right? But as a leader, when you do a broadcast like this and you create value, and now you empower and lift, you're lifting people up and giving them wings, right? It's a leadership factory, right? So the reason that social media is so important is it allows you to share your real life, okay? Your real life. So the other thing is that it allows you through your content to change people's state. What exactly does that mean? What does it mean to change people's state? What I found when I was with my first millionaire mentor, he said, Darren, if you want to make big money, if you want to be a millionaire, I don't want you talking about our company, okay? Now, coming from features and benefits, guys, I'm telling you, that was really shocking for me. I was like, well, maybe it's because they've got patents or something and we got to keep it top secret, right? He says, rule number 2, if you want to become a millionaire, I don't want you talking about our products. Now, when he said that to me, I thought we must have been doing something illegal. Like, how could you sell this without talking about this and without talking about the company that manufactured this? Like, how could that be done? I said, well, how am I going to sell these if I can't talk about them? What am I supposed to talk about? He said, Darren, if you want to make millions, talk about them. Now, I was even more confused when he told me that, because I said, so you think I'm going to sell these by talking about them? Yes. And what I found was that the more that I talked about the other person, the more that I asked questions about the other person, what had them looking for more income right now? What's their vision? What's their dream? What's their pain? What's their problem? What's their passion? The more those people would be magnetically pulled to want to do business with me, just like a magnet. So when I was out and about networking, if somebody asked me a question about what I did, I would turn it right back around and I would ask them, I wouldn't even tell them. I said, let's not even get into business right now. So tell me about your family. How long you've been in town, right? So what I'll share with you about business is about relationships. Business is about providing value to the market that's going to help the people that are already sold on the business model to solve their pain, okay? So here's an example. Let's say that, I'm over here on this side and I'm with iCoinPro, okay? And you're over on this side and you're with Miriam, okay? So I'm doing crypto information and you're doing skincare, okay? And you're out on the internet, you're going, Miriam, okay? And I'm over here on the other side going, iCoinPro, right? So what happens is this. This is what happens. okay? And what happens is you already think you have your ticket to the promised land. Otherwise, you would never have joined Miriam, okay? I already think I've got my ticket to the promised land. Otherwise, I wouldn't have joined iCoinPro, okay? So what am I going to do now? What am I going to do? Well, our marketing plan is better than your marketing plan. We got more seven-figure income earners than you do. So we're into this situation, okay? Now, if I totally take the focus off of this and I put it onto the pain of this person, which is this, all they're told to do is make a list of their friends and family, okay? And all that leads to is a huge amount of rejection, and it's very painful, okay? If you've ever been taught that type of business model, especially if they don't tell you how to do it, then there's massive pain, there's massive rejection. People literally pummel you down to nothing. I can't believe you'd ever do one of these. Oh, you're getting one of those pyramid schemes, right? Oh, I'm just so disappointed, right? You probably heard stuff like that. So, they don't know how to generate leads. They don't know how to close and upsell those people. And they don't know how to get any team duplication. There's really only 5 pain points that every single person in every single company is going through. Now, once you know those 5 pain points, your confidence goes right to the top. Now, why is that? Because you know that you can talk to anybody and help them solve their pain, right? Once you know how to build a business without harassing friends and family, right? Social media gives you millions of leads. Once you know how to build a business without getting rejected, how can I get rejected when I'm not even talking about my company or products? It's not even possible. It's not possible to ever get rejected, okay? You generate leads by understanding the pain and providing a solution to the problem. That's how you generate leads, okay? You close and upsell to higher ticket products by providing bonuses that create sense of urgency and fear of loss, just like what we're doing right here, okay? So what we do is if we want to bring in a bunch of people, we will put on a huge bonus training and say the only way you can get that is if you get this. So when you get that, you'll get this, okay? That's how we can generate so much interest so fast, because we've already created an audience on the front end and provided value to the people to help them solve their pain. That builds trust and rapport. And then they're already there. They're already on the sidelines. And then boom, there's a $3,000 bonus and they all come rushing in, right? So just in 48 hours, Ari and I personally sponsored close to 200 people, right? Now I'll give credit to Ari because, big portion of that, the biggest portion, probably I think 160 of that was from him, right? But I think I'm number 10 or something right now on the leaderboards. So, just know that if you apply what we teach, not only will you have unlimited leads, not only will you get your phone ringing with incoming calls, incoming emails, incoming Facebook chats, incoming Skype requests, but you'll have unlimited number of people to talk to. Unlimited, okay? Now, when I say that, what I'll share with you about the whole concept of rapport, okay? How do you get past the barrier with a person? Because that's our ego, just so you know, it protects us, right? So if you've ever been in a department store and you walk in, you're just browsing, and then the sales rep comes over and like, "Can I help you, sir? Can I help you, ma'am?" Right? So typically what people do is this, right? "I'm not interested." Okay. So they push you away immediately. That's the protection. Okay. So what you've got to understand about connecting with people, whether that's out and about, just going out, right? Whatever, or whether that's on social media or going to an event, right? If you can learn this one skill, guys, okay? learn how to change people's state. Okay? Learn how to change people's state. Now, what do I mean by that? So if I'm here and now I'm here, that's a state change, right? Now, I could be having a mediocre day, and then you take me up to here. That's a change of state, right? Now, you got to keep in mind there's an emotional scale here, right? So you got euphoria up here and depression down here, and there's going to be a scale in between. That's what social media can do through content, through visuals, through pictures, right? So that you can actually build rapport instantly with people. Now, if you change somebody's state 50 or 100 times, by the time that you have a conversation, they already feel like you're best friends. So when you say hello to them, they're like, oh my God, right? So you're right into instant rapport, even though you have never, ever talked to that person your whole life, okay? Now, what I want to do here, guys, before we move forward.
Hey, Darren, before you do that, let's go. I'm going to cover something real quick because you brought up some good points, and I want these things to soak in. Okay, so Darren talked about having a strategy, having something that you guys are going to be posting on your wall. So I want to share something with you guys real quick so you guys see kind of what I do. And this is why, this is why it's been really easy for me to kind of dominate the whole crypto market. It's crazy what's happened, but I have a very good strategy with this, and I'll share this with you so you guys can see it. Obviously you see a lot right now about iCoinPro, but here's what you didn't see. Leading up to iCoinPro, what you might notice is a bunch of posts about Bitcoin. Okay, I posted tons of information about Bitcoin. So let me get down here while we're getting below this launch right here. Then you'll start to see some of it. Okay, so let's see, where is it going to begin? Okay, right here. You see right here, talking about Bitcoin. Now this obviously is talking still about iCoinPro, but as you go back, what you're going to notice is I'm talking about Bitcoin. I'm posting how much it is. I'm keeping tabs on stuff, okay? I'm telling people, give how much it is. This is a little funny, that I post again about Bitcoin. I post some, are we there yet? Little stuff about Bitcoin. I post Bitcoin pictures. I'll post Bitcoin news. See, this is the thing, guys, look, okay, again, more information on Bitcoin. Here's what you have to understand. When you're posting something, you want it to back up what you're saying. So if you're over here selling water filters, you want to start posting articles about Michigan and their water problems. Why? It soaks in. People start to see the reason behind it. And then all of a sudden you say, but we got this water filter and this is what it does, da, 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 da. And now all of a sudden you have some belief. People already have a belief in what you're doing because they see the problem that happened in Michigan. Does that make sense? So when I start posting a bunch of stuff about Bitcoin this week, and I will be back to doing what I was doing because it was very effective, I'm building an audience of viewership, of Bitcoin. And so now we start talking about crypto. Guess what happens? Our iCoinPro, guess what happened? Everybody wanted to talk to me about it, The reality of it is you're putting out what you want to attract. Now, I didn't know iCoinPro was going to happen this fast, to be honest with you. Paul actually was living here and was talking to me about it. And originally it was under a different name, and that kind of went sideways because of a jerk that was involved in the process, basically ripped him off and didn't finish what he was supposed to do. So he went back to the drawing board, figured out how to get it done, and got it done. And I applaud him for doing it. He came at a little inopportune time, but, it's my buddy. I had to support him, and I told him I would be, really working my butt off to make sure that this thing blew up for him. What you guys have to do is you got to realize people are posting on your posts. You need to be talking and posting on their posts. That's the other thing. Communication is a two-way street. If it's only them commenting on your post, they're going to get tired of that after a while, guys, because you're not giving them interaction. So you actually have to give interaction to receive interaction. Just law. Just works that way. If you don't do it, you don't get it back. Okay, Darren, go ahead and take over what you were doing.
Okay. So, guys, the thing that I'm going to, let me just, am I pinned right now or no?
You're on the screen, bro.
Okay. Okay, guys. So here's what I'm going to do right now. Before I go forward, I'm going to open up
Darren, unmute you. Sorry, bro. I was trying to mute somebody that was talking and I accidentally muted you too.
Okay. So what I want to find out here, guys, is I want for you to tell me about your challenges in business. Like if you've been in a bunch of business opportunities in the past and you've never made a penny, right? Obviously you don't want to be doing the same thing, right? Because you don't want to be duplicating the same results, okay? So I want to find out from people that, have maybe been in other opportunities and you haven't made any money, or now you think this is going to be your ticket to the promised land, but you don't really know what to do. And so that we can get sort of a pulse of the crowd. And then based upon that, I can steer this training to give you guys the most amount of value. Is that fair? Is that fair, guys? Is that fair? Okay. So there's about 3 pages here of people. So what I want for you to do is, if you want to share a little bit about your story, okay, just put up your hand right now, and I'm going to open up the line, and I'm going to go over to you. So who can we talk to real quick? Anybody? Okay, so let's start with Sean.
Oh man, hey guys. Listen, I can't stay long, but I did want to share my story to help everyone on here with their marketing journey. Darren, like you touched, hold on, let me turn off the TV, it's really loud. Like you touched, my challenge is being the glorified salesperson. I was able to sponsor about 60, 70 people in some of my businesses, but unfortunately some of these people, they quit. So then you feel like you have to rebuild the business. So I like what you're saying. I like the tips that you bring to, focus on building leaders, make it about them so that you have that duplication, so you're not constantly working forever, right? So I like those points, and they're duly noted, and that's what I'm going to be working on this year.
Okay. So just on, I want to touch a bit on this before we move on to the next person. So that's where I started, guys, in the industry in my 20s, okay? I was very good at, features and benefits, literally. I mean, I could sell ice cubes to Eskimos, but nobody else could on my team. They couldn't do it, okay? So I had the same thing that Sean was experiencing, is that I had a huge front line. I could bring in hundreds of people, but nobody else could do what I could do, okay? The moment that I stopped talking about my company and products and started solving the pain of the marketplace, right, with duplication. So when Ari and I rolled out one of our Black Ops Underground marketing, between us, we did, in 35 days, we did $240,000 in profit in 35 days, just me and Art, okay? Our team, within a 90-day period of time, did over 900 grand, okay? That's called duplication. That means that it's not just us that's making the money, it's our people, right? So if I go into our group, somebody just had a $1,000 day, somebody had a $2,000 day, somebody had a $3,000 day. Yesterday I had over $9,000 day myself, right? But there's other people that are making money. Now, how does that work? Okay. Back to my story. I'm here in iCoinPro and you're in Nerium. Okay. And instead of me talking about my primary business, what's the difference now? Hey, everyone. I just learned this really cool strategy that helped me generate 125 red hot targeted leads in the last 48 hours. Anybody interested? Who's coming now? They're all coming. Nerium's coming, prepaid legal's coming, Empower's coming, DA's coming, Life Vantage is coming, Nerium's coming. They're all coming, right? Now, here's the difference. They're already sold on the business model. They don't need to be sold for me to convince them that I have a better way. They already know. They're already in our industry. They're already sold, right? I don't have to sell them on the fact that, duplication and leverage and residual income are a good thing, because they're already sold on it. But what they don't have is leadership. Okay, so the industry that we're really in is leadership. That's why I tell people that this is really about personal development. Okay. Okay. So let's go over to somebody else who can tell me about a little bit about their pain that they're going through in their business. Anybody? Okay. We're going to go to page 2. Guys, you really need a camera. I can't see people on page 2 here. So please turn your camera on. That would be great. You'll get way more value if you can turn on your camera. Wendy, was that you that just put up your hand? Just unmute there, Wendy.
Yeah, I've done. Yes, I've just unmute. For me, Darren, it's actually wonderful listening to you this morning, being so open, because rather like you, I'm having the challenges that I'm not very internet savvy. And like you, I even got vertigo watching the computer too much. And I think it's really the technology side of it a little bit, because I've got a bit overwhelmed with the things that we have, right? So we have a lot of programs, and I even struggled buying Bitcoins because I couldn't get the connections and things like that. So for me, it's more that side of it. So, you know, being very honest, and I'm kind of semi-retired, very worried because I don't have enough income to truly retire. And I see so much opportunity, but I'm struggling moving to the next stage. Like really, maybe that makes sense, you know?
I totally get it. And the thing that I'm going to share with you, Wendy, is that I don't even do my tech stuff. Okay. And if you need help with that area, I can connect you with my tech guy. So, you know, I mean, when I did my setup for my last program, I just paid him $100 and I had no stress, and boom, was set up. He did my autoresponder setup. He connected everything, he tested everything, made sure it all worked. And so I literally eliminated weeks of stress for $100.
Oh, I can identify totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Weeks of stress.
Yeah.
Weeks, Wendy. Weeks
Oh,
of
you
stress.
tell me. Exactly.
Gone. $100. Gone.
Wonderful. That's exactly what I need, because I'm like you, I don't sleep, I get stressed. And unfortunately, you know, you kept going, but I tend to keep backing off. And I see so much potential, but I just need somebody to help me kind of do that, because I'm getting very confused with everything.
Okay, so we can handle that with this tech person. And so get that part out of here. So, you know, today's a big breakthrough day for you, because we're going to help you get that taken care of. But it's important, guys, that you understand that if you're on your wall and your business, you will lose your audience. They will just tune you out, okay? Now, Ari's in a big different position because he does these little mini campaign launches, right? Just like what I do. But the rest of the time, he's putting out value. He's putting out personal development, mindset, inspiration, motivation. He's sharing his life. He's talking about things that are entertaining, things that are funny, things that are controversial. He's providing social proof from his team, social proof of his own success, right? We do a lot of stuff called piggyback marketing, which I'm going to cover today. Piggyback marketing is when you piggyback off of a hot movie that's going on right now, a top 100 song, you know, the Super Bowl, Easter, Christmas, you know, Valentine's Day, something that's going on politically, you know, some rock concert thing that's happening or whatever that's getting a lot of airplay or publicity. Anything could be Hollywood celebrities. I piggyback a lot off of Hollywood celebrities, you know, movies or lyrics to songs I will piggyback off of. So, you know, the thing that you've got to understand as what I call a guerrilla marketer, most of the stuff that I do anyway, you know, is all, I don't really do much paid traffic, guys. I'm just being honest. Okay. The majority of the recruiting that I do is incoming people reaching out to me. Hey, Darren, I saw this thing. What do you do? How does it work? Okay. The salesperson is going to go instantly into pitching. Okay. Don't do that. Okay. So somebody says, hey, Darren, I heard about iCoinPro. Can you tell me about it? Right. What am I going to say? I'm turning the whole thing around and I say, hey, Tom, how's it going? How's your day going so far? Right. He says, pretty good, Darren. How about yourself? Dude, our winter here was nuts. We had like 4 feet of snow. It was crazy. And I'm going to send a bunch of pictures to open up the gateway, to bring him into my world. I want to find out what has him looking for more income right now. Okay. Now, in recruiting, there's 2 realities in recruiting. Okay. The first reality is what's going on in their life right now. What's going on in their life right now? If you guys don't have a pen and paper, because I see some people just standing there looking at the screen, okay? If you're not taking notes right now, you're literally, there's thousands and thousands of dollars that are drifting through your hand because you're not paying attention. There's no possible way, if you're not taking notes right now, that you will be able to remember this. No possible way, guys. I'm just being honest. Okay. We want to help you get to freedom. And the only way that that's going to happen is if you can actually look at this, and it will not absorb unless you're taking notes. True story, guys. I've trained thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And if you don't take notes right now, you're missing the boat. Okay. No joke. Okay. So let's get back to this. So in recruiting, the first reality here is what's happening in the person's life right now. What's going on in their life? That's reality number 1. What has them looking for more income right now? And it typically has to do with pain. Okay, pain, some type of pain is going on in their life. Okay, it could be mortgage pain, it could be car repo pain, it could be credit card pain, it could be parents are ill pain, or they've just had an accident pain, back pain, or car accident pain. Okay, it could be job loss pain. It could be, one of the husband or wife has lost their income or downsized, cut back, laid off. They've just moved. Pain.
Hey, Darren, I got to ask you a real quick question. Did you use your actual hard link, or did you just create one out of the thing? Did you use your meeting room link in the back office of Zoom.us?
I just used the main link, the main one.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're having a little issue because I have a bunch of people trying to jump on and they're not able to get in because I think you didn't use your corporate link, so that blocks people from getting out. So we may actually have to move to a different room, guys. And I hate to do it, but I just want to make sure that people can get in because I've got a lot of people messaging me and they're having problems and sending me screenshots, and that's what it is.
Are you? Oh, just hold on a sec.
Looking to see if we're in your personal meeting room inside the back of Zoom.us.
Just hold on. 906-961.
Hold on. Let me get over to where something is. Okay, 906-961-2754.
Yeah, that's
okay, good. All right, good. So we'll figure it out. I don't know why it's because some people are having an issue. Keep going.
Who are they? People that are in Black Ops?
No, there are people on my team though in iCoinPro specifically.
Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt real quick, but I had this problem as well. I just took the number that Darren just spoke out, and then with my Zoom panel, I just copied that particular number and posted and joined that group, and I popped right in here.
All right, perfect. Thanks.
I think that it's probably people that are trying to access through their iPhones. It's got to be. Because the link goes directly in. They have to download the software, but it goes directly in. Okay, so let's go back to recruiting, guys, okay? Because this will totally change the game for you as a leader, okay? Now, I'm going to repeat this again and tell you that the industry that we are in is an industry of leadership. Okay, we're an industry of personal development. It's not an industry of pitching people. It's not an industry of You know, if I get a deal for you, check out my deal, right? That's not our industry. And if you're doing that, you're probably broke, okay? So this particular reality on the first side is pain related. Pain, okay? What is the person's pain? It's your goal as a marketer to find the person's pain. That is your goal. That is your goal, okay? Now, my question to you is this. Do you think that what's going on, say, with Rob Randall in his life is going to be the same as Deline? Are they going to have the exact same pain? Is Deline going to have the same pain as Thomas? Is Thomas going to have the same pain as Bobby? Is Bobby going to have the same pain as Mary? No, they're not, guys. They're not. Sorry to tell you, okay? So it's not one size fits all. And this is where people don't get it that come from features and benefits, okay? They don't get it, right? They got these great products over here, and when they get up in the morning, here's what they're saying in the back of their mind. Who am I going to sell my products to today? Who's going to buy my products? That's what the salesperson says. Every day they get up. Who am I going to sell my products to today? Who's going to buy my products? That's not our industry. And that's why they fail. And they fail miserably. Okay? This thing could literally be diamonds, gold. It could be like the, precious thing that you've ever imagined, but they will never sell it. They will never sell this thing. They will have closets filled with this. They will have spare bedrooms, garages filled with this, and they will not be able to sell any of it. It's kind of funny, actually, but it's not too funny if it's your garage that's filled with products. Okay, let me tell you, it's not too funny at all. So the first reality is pain, and the second reality is pleasure. Okay, so pleasure is over here. So that has to do with their vision. What's their vision? What's their dream? How much money do they want to make per month, right? So when you take a person from this reality and they're focusing on their pain here, and then you take them over to this reality where they're focusing on their vision, their passion, their dream, right? And how much money they want to make, now you have this leverage right here, okay? So here's how this works. I'm gonna give you an idea of this process. So Tom says, hey, Darren, I heard about this deal. What's going on, right? And I say, hey, Tom, how's it going? How's your day going so far? Pretty good, Darren. How about yourself? And I'll tell you what, the winter here in Vancouver was so nuts. I'm so glad it's over. LOL, okay? LOL. And I'm going to send some pictures. That's going to open up a gateway into my reality, my life, my real life. Now I became a real person, okay? And I probably am going to send 6 pictures, I've done, if I go away on a trip, I'll send, 12. If I just got back from LA and San Francisco a couple of days ago, spent 2 months in Manila with Ari, right? So when I just came back from Manila, geez, I sent like 12 really cool pictures, or even 20 sometimes, or 21 rather. It's in groups of 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, right? 18, 21, etc. So, and it comes out really, really cool looking. And I'll actually show you guys this so you can see this live today, okay? So now after that, after I've opened up the gateway now and you're in my real world, I'm going to say, so Tom, what has you looking for more income right now? Okay, that's typically going to be pain over here, okay? Pain. Now, on the other side, once you tell me about your pain, I'm going to ask you, what's your vision over here? Okay, so you got pain over here, vision, passion, dream over here, okay? Now, you say to me, Darren, I want to make $20,000 a month, okay? Now, what I need to do right away is I need to now qualify you to see what the jump needs to be. Because if it's way too big of a jump, I can bring you back down to reality right now so that you're not going to set yourself up for failure. So if somebody's making, say, $2,000 a month, I'm going to make $20,000 a month. Okay. So, well, what level of income are you currently accustomed to making right now? Because that gives me the jump. See how that works? So pain, vision, what level of income you're accustomed to making right now, qualify, okay? Now, what do you want the money for? Back over here, okay? You're gonna spend all the money. You're gonna get emotionally connected to spending the money, okay? So I go, well, what do you want the $20,000 a month for? You know, well, I wanna travel. Really? Where do you wanna travel to? Now you're going through in your mind. You're already going to Europe. You're already going to the Orient. You're already going skiing. You're already going to these tropical places. You're already changing state just by talking about it. See how that works, guys? Now, what business am I talking about? None. The whole conversation's about you. The entire conversation's about you, okay? So after you tell me what you want the money for, I now have leverage right there, like an arm wrestle. Okay, I got leverage. So now the only thing I need to find out is how serious are you about that on a scale from 1 to 10. If you do not give me a 10 or higher, I tell you, you're not going to make it, right? And then I'm going to say, well, what would have to happen for you to be a 10? Okay, so if you say I'm about a 7, I'm going to say, to be honest with you, you'll never make it as an entrepreneur. 30% of your brain's already given up. In 2 weeks, it'll be 60%. And a month from now, you already quit, right? So the people that I'm going to invest time into, if they don't give me a number that's 10 or higher, I'm out, right? I'm out. So what would have to happen for you to be a 10? And then I might say, would this get you there? And then I'll drop them a post where it shows that in 30 days, I made $108,000, right? So would that get you there? Oh my God, well, if I could do that, it would be amazing. Okay. So now what do I need to do? Okay. I need to create sense of urgency and fear of loss. So I typically will say, now you as the leader can decide how many people that you want to take in at any time. So I'll typically say, you know, well, listen, I got 2 spots left for students. You want to get started now? That's called a soft close. Okay, a soft close. Now, if you say at that point, well, I'm interested, but I really want to find out more, I go, cool. Now I'm going to send you a link. Okay, so I'm going to send you a link and I'm going to say, watch this video and message me when you're done. Okay, now you'll notice something very interesting about recruiting in general. Okay, recruiting in general. And I want to make this so it's relatable for you guys in the real world. Corporate. Okay, who comes from corporate? Corporate America. Hands, hands, hands. Corporate America, guys. Who comes from corporate America? Only a couple people? Okay. So if I'm a recruiter, a corporate recruiter, okay, there's going to be a lot of times when I'm out and about and I may not have the job for you yet, but I'm looking for inventory. Inventory are people that they've got talent and they've got skill and they're being underpaid at their jobs. Okay. Now, if somebody has a lot of talent and a lot of skill and they're being underpaid at their job, they can potentially become part of my database. And now I can go find them work. Does that make sense, guys? So the thing that you'll find out about corporate recruiters is that they are very good at changing people's state. Very good. When a corporate recruiter comes walking into a room, their energy will light up the room. No joke, guys. They will have people laughing. They will have people just, full of life. They will be the person that's the attention in the kitchen at the party. They know how to move people, okay? And when you see them, this is what happens. Instantly. You see them, you instantly smile. Okay. Now, why is that? Because they have mastered NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, right? Changing people's state and anchoring people, right? Emotionally, so that when they just walk into the room, ping, ping, right? So with that type of situation, if I'm going out as a corporate recruiter, all that I want to know is, what's happening right now in your life? Are you happy, right? Are you happy with your job? And are they paying you enough for your worth? That's it, right? It's it. And if something came along that could pay you 2 or 3 times more what you're making right now, are you open? It's a yes or a no. That's all I want to know, right? So the big focus, though, on the front end is the rapport, the state change, so that you're going to actually tell me the truth. When you change somebody's state, it's truth serum, just so you guys know. You learn you master changing people's state. They will tell you their entire life story. A complete total stranger, okay? They will tell you if their marriage is on the rocks, they will tell you. A total stranger. Their marriage is on the rocks, they will tell you. Their car's being repoed, they will tell you. Their home's in foreclosure, they will tell you. They got massive credit card debt, they will tell you. They hate their boss, they will tell you. They're on the verge of bankruptcy or just went bankrupt, they will tell you. They're sick or their parents are sick or they're debilitated in some way, they will tell you. A total stranger that you don't even know if you master these skills. Who would like to learn how to master these skills? Anybody? Okay. These skills, guys, are transferable skills. We have people in Millionaire Mentoring that just work as an engineer, okay, who have gotten 2 job promotions, okay, pay raises, and also they just signed a $30,000 extra consulting contract on like a $300 million project. Okay, $30,000 extra. In 8 months working with us, they have tripled their income. Tripled in 8 months. Okay, and this has nothing to do with what we're doing with the business. I mean, granted, they made about $37,000 working with us during that time online, but overall, they've tripled their income. So these are transferable skills to anything. Like when you learn these skills, your marriage will get better. The communication with your kids will get better, right? You'll get way more job promotions at your corporate world, okay? So what I want to do is I want to share my screen here, guys. And I want to show you this because this is very important. This one is like somebody's just messaging me here. This is very important for you to understand about creating. You have to turn your life into basically a reality TV show, right? That's what you got to do. So this is what I call the core of our industry, okay? Positive quotes, motivation, and inspiration, right? It's personal development, guys, just so you know. You are in a personal development industry. If you want to become a 7-figure income earner, okay? If you just want, some hobby change or some dinner money or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that, right? $500 a month for the average family would save 50% of divorces and 50% of bankruptcies. $500, okay? So when people start seeing our students, we've got a 17-year-old kid that made $35,000 his first month, right? We got a guy that just got out of prison that made $28,500 his first month, right? We got people right here on the call with us today that made $45,000 their very first month in business working with us, okay? What's different? Why couldn't that happen before? And why is it happening now? Here's why. Because they stopped pitching and they started providing value, okay? So this right here is the core, okay? This is all personal development stuff. Positive quotes, motivation, inspiration, mindset, stuff about personal development. Now, if you just put the positive quote up alone, it will not have the same impact of you writing a paragraph about it, about your experience or your interpretation or your, it's like the little icing that you put on it. This is where people make a big mistake in social media. If you don't open up your heart, your naked soul, people will not feel connected to you and they will not interact with you. Very important, guys. I'd be writing this stuff down, okay? You have to open up your heart to connect with other people's heart. I mean, that makes sense, right? Like, how would you ever be able to, give somebody a kiss if they had a mask on? It's not possible. It's not possible, right? You got to pull the mask off and be the real you. That's who people want to know. This is why, when I'm working with people and they want to go to 7 figures and higher, they say, Darren, what's the secret? I say, stop trying to be someone. Stop trying to be someone. There's only one you, okay? You have no competition. There's only one you, guys. One. So you have to, sculpt you so that your diamond shines the brightest. That's the secret. And in order to do that, it requires personal development daily. It requires you to get very clear on not only what you want, but why you want it. And also, what's your intention? What you can start a business, and if you don't have an intention and a drive, you will not have daily motivation. You will always come up with an excuse as to why you can't do your business. So when you get emotionally connected to your vision, to your dream, to your passion, you get up in the morning. Guys, I talk about this, I get goosebumps right now, just talking about it, right? Because I'm so excited. I'm so fired up about helping to transform people's lives. That is my purpose here on this planet, is to help transform people's lives so that they can be the best version of themselves and they can now live their life purpose. Trust me, your life purpose is not to struggle to pay bills. That's not your life purpose here, okay? So if all your bills were paid, okay, all your bills are paid, the question is this: what would you be doing with your time, okay? Now, Ari and I are in a position where if we didn't want to, we don't have to work. We don't have mortgages. We don't have car payments. We don't have credit card debt, right? Everything's paid off. We can travel whenever we want. But where do we put our focus? We put it on the people. So right now it's Sunday. It's like 10:15 here in the morning. And it's a beautiful sunshiny day in Vancouver, guys. Where am I? I'm making universal deposits into other people's lives. That's what I'm doing, okay? So right now, on this particular broadcast, there's 60 people right now, and there's going to be tons more that watch this later. I want for you guys to really understand the power of this, because I'm going to show you some math. So if somebody was to go on a 3-hour training with me and Ari, they would actually pay us $3,000. There's no bullshit, guys. That's true, okay? So let's take $3,000 times 60 people. I am making right now universal deposits of $180,000 into other people's lives, so that they can go to the breakthrough, so that they can go to the other side, so that they can have freedom, they can travel the world, they can inspire, they can motivate, they can help other people. That's when you become a ripple in your family, a ripple in the community, a ripple in your church, where now you can make a difference on the planet because you have cash flow. You can't go build a church in Africa, guys, with no money. I'm sorry to tell you, you can't do it. right? You can't build schools. You can't have an effect on mankind if you are not tapped into universal abundance, okay? Now, the next part here is how-tos on marketing. Now, there's a couple of areas that people need to have help in. They need help so that they don't, I'm going to repeat the 5 pain points again, guys. You've got to write this down, please, okay? The first pain point is that people don't want to harass their friends and family. It's huge pain, and that's all they're taught. Make a list of your top 200, right? You use your memory jogger, right? Now, I'm going to share with you today how to actually take some of those principles with social media and go explosion, okay? Some of the same principles in conventional networking, but using social media as your gateway, okay? So they hate harassing their friends and family. The rejection sucks, guys. I don't know anybody here that would say that they love getting rejected. Does anybody love getting rejected, right? Does anybody out there love getting rejected? I don't think so, right? I certainly don't, right? It totally sucks. So we want to be able to help you build your business without having to get rejected. Rejection crushes people's self-esteem and confidence, right? You have to be RoboCop, literally RoboCop, to not be affected by people rejecting or saying, oh, that's a scam, that's a pyramid hanging up on you, right? You got to be RoboCop, right? Now, the other thing is that they don't know how to generate leads. That's the third pain point. And they have to come in this order, guys, okay? Because people work in a chronological way, just like reading. So it starts with what? They're told to make a list of their friends and family, right? And they don't want to harass their friends and family. That's the first thing. What's the next thing? Well, the rejection comes next. That's number 2. The number 2 pain point. You can't mix these up, okay? They have to be chronological because that's how their brain's going to work. So the second part is that they don't like getting rejected, okay? Now, what do they do after they've burnt through their warm market? They don't know. What do they hand out flyers? Do they go to malls and harass people? Do they, go from retail store to retail store looking for sales reps? Do they cold call realtor signs? They don't know. So they start buying courses and spending money on paid traffic and doing all sorts of things, and they don't even understand the business model. They still think it's a features and benefits business model. Well, we got these great products. Have I got a deal for you? Check out my deal, right? It doesn't work, okay? So the third pain point is that they don't know how to generate leads because they don't understand pain, okay? They don't know how to generate leads. They're still out using their primary business on the front end to try to generate leads. Do you know that you could 10x your number of leads by stopping pitching your primary business on your front end and focus on solving the pain on the front end and talk about your primary business on the back end, right? That's how you get massive amounts of way more leads. So the fourth pain point is that they don't know how to close the people. Even if you gave somebody 20,000 leads, they don't know what to do with them because they're still pitching, You keep your income options open, right? Or they're calling people and they're saying, hi, I got your number and just wondering if you want to make money online, right? Who's gotten those calls from people before? Anybody? Or the recordings? Breakthrough opportunity, press 1 for more info, right? It's brutal because those people don't get our market. Now, how is it that Ari and I have brand new newbies, never marketed a day in their life, that can make $35,000 their very first month? Zero experience, guys, okay? So how's that possible? It's possible when you learn this. Okay, so after the fact that they don't know how to close an upsell, they don't know how to get team duplication, okay? Because they don't understand the pain. There's 5 pain points. They need to come in that order, guys. Now, in the event that you're an online marketer, the 2 pain points are that you don't have enough money to buy your high-ticket products, and you don't have the money to go spend the money on the advertising campaign that they're telling you to. So you're kind of hooked, So they say you need, you know, to buy 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, $80,000 in products, and you don't have it. Okay. Huge pain. So you see all these other people making money, but you can't make money. And you think, well, it's because you don't have the products. Right. Or it's a situation where you see all these other people making money, but they're spending 10, 20, 30, $40,000 a month on paid traffic. You don't have that kind of money. Now you're hooped. Right? Now you're hooped. So what do? You're crippled. Okay. So once you learn these formulas and the strategies that we use, where we use something that solves the pain on the front first to build our list for free, right? So we're building our list of qualified prospects and getting paid to build our list, right? The list building itself is making us money. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense what I'm saying to you right now? If you solve the pain of the market on the front end, you'll have all the qualified buyers show up from every single company. And now you build a relationship with them. Now you build trust and rapport. And now you talk about your primary business on the back end, okay? Now, I want you guys to really get this because, you know, Ari is in a little bit of a different situation, okay? I'm going to tell you why. The first thing is that he has a track record of bringing out a deal and making money, okay? He has a track record of being a leader. He has a track record of telling the truth, of standing up for the people, of defending the people. Now, what do I mean by that? When he sees something that's a scam, he puts it on his wall and he says, avoid this opportunity, don't get scammed, okay? And that builds trust and rapport with people. Think about it. If you're helping save the market, if you're helping people so they don't lose the money, you think they might trust you a little more? Because you're looking out for them. You're not trying to steal their money, right? So the thing that you'll notice is that people will give him credit back for that. You know, hey, thanks a lot, Ari. Really appreciate it. I just about put $1,000 in that deal. I'm sure glad I didn't. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate that, right? So he's an ambassador of truth in the industry, okay? Very important for credibility, okay? And he will call people out if he sees them doing unethical shit. How about that? You got to have brass balls to do this shit, guys. No joke, okay? No joke. You got to have brass balls to do that type of stuff, okay? So the other thing is that from that, he's gotten a lot more followers of other people telling other people, okay? So this is why for us, when we roll something out, that we can do a huge amount of people on the front end go, because we've already invested all that time in value. We've already invested all that time in creating an audience. Is this making sense, guys, what I'm saying so far right now? Are you guys heads making sense? Okay, great. Now, you'll notice here the main thing and how-tos on marketing that you're going to want to focus on is lead generation. Now, pick one strategy, guys. It could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be Twitter, it could be Snapchat, it could be Pinterest, it could be, you know, blogging, it could be videos. Just pick one. Don't try and be the jack of all trades, okay?
I'm going to cover this at the end too, Darren. So you guys, I'm going to give you guys an actual game plan that's written out, and I'm going to let you copy it. So I can promise you what I'm going to tell you to do. And Darren's right. Like, look, you know, you got to make videos. That's number one. Number two, you know, I want you to use Facebook. I really don't give a shit about Instagram. You know, everybody's talking about Instagram this, but a lot of that's hocus pocus. Your results on Facebook are always going to be the best. Facebook ads are also generating. I'll show you a campaign I'm running right now on iCoinPro on Facebook, and it's working. And then the last thing, guys, is I will show you actually about solo ads and stuff, and we're going to talk about that a little bit, because I'll tell you up front, like Darren had bad luck with that, and it leaves a bad taste in your mouth if you really don't know where to get them. You don't know the right places to get them, and you don't just constantly understand that it's not just about getting sales, it's about building your list. And that's the problem. Most people in the industry, even Darren, will tell you, I bought a whole bunch of traffic, but I didn't get no sales. Well, really, but how many people did you add to your list, Darren, when you weren't getting sales?
Lots.
Yeah, see, and here's the thing. But, you know, and I'm going to talk about this more in depth in a minute. You know, you got to look at this like you're a farmer. When you're building a list, you're farming. You're farming for data, okay? Once you get the data on your list, then you got to become a cultivator, okay? You have to go through a process, guys. I'm going to talk about that, but I'll let you take back over, Darren, and then I'll come in at the end and I'll go through all of this stuff and give you guys a game plan.
Okay. So now here's where the crossover happens into becoming a real person, okay? A real person, not a picture, not a, you know, fake it till you make it, not bullshit, not hype, okay? Right here, personal adventure with your family and your team. Now, that could be going on a bike ride with your kids. That could be going on a picnic. That could be going just for a hike on the top of a mountain, you know, with some cool quote of motivation, right? Freedom, lifestyle, travel, adventure. People want spontaneity, guys. They want adventure. They want travel. They want to be able to pick up anytime they want. They don't want to have to fight traffic. They don't want to have to answer to a boss that they hate. They don't want an alarm clock every day. They want time with their kids. That's what they want. They want time with the person that they love. That's what they want. All right, can you just mute back up, please? Okay, so now we're going to move into entertainment, right? Now, anything that has to do with entertainment, right? And that could be anything from sports activities to movies to books that you read or seminars that you go to. It could be a cool movie that you've seen, right? That's just been recent. It could be stuff on, you know, some hot music that's going on right now. That's entertainment, okay? And there's ways to piggyback off of that when you become understanding about piggyback marketing. All right, can you just mute up, please? Okay, now we're going to cross over into changing people's state without talking to them, okay? Comedy. If you can make a person laugh, and I'm going to give you guys a couple examples because I'm actually sharing my screen and go to my wall, okay? We got comedy. Trivia is when you ask a question and there's multiple choices. Like if this happened for you, what would you do? Would you do A, B, C, or D, right? You know, if you could only have one person to get you to your personal breakthrough, who would it be? Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Oprah Winfrey, you know, or T. Harv Eker, right? And pitchers. So there's going to be people that want that. Here's the secret in marketing, guys, okay? Dumb down your copy and your content so that a 5-year-old child would get it. Okay, I'm going to say this again. You want to make a lot of money? Awesome. Dumb down your message so that a 5-year-old kid would understand. And a 5-year-old kid would want to respond with an answer to whatever it is that you posted when you ask a question. 5 years old, okay? If you don't do this and you're just kind of all over the map, you will lose 95% of your marketplace, okay? Keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple. The easier that it is, the more people have success, okay? So this, once you understand this, this is something that you should be able to wrap off like this. You know, positive quotes, motivation, inspiration, how-tos on marketing, personal adventure, family, team, entertainment, comedy, trivia, controversy, social proof on your success, social proof on your team's success, piggyback marketing, value-based webinars. The one other thing is industry news, okay? So, like as an example, OneCoin right now is in serious hot water, and you'll notice that when news comes out on OneCoin, Ari and I both posted on our walls to help save the marketplace. to give people buyer beware, right? I mean, shit's hitting the fan. People are getting arrested in OneCoin, and we want people to not lose their money. So we put out those posts so that people get the notice of buyer beware, right? You know, another account seized, another thing, processing's not working, you know, government issues, all these different governments in Germany and all these places. We become the truth broadcasters. We don't want people to lose their money, guys, okay? Because you got to think of this as a long-term career versus a short-term make money quick thing, okay? You got to think about your business as a long-term career, okay? So start saying to yourself, okay, if I was, you know, really at the top of my game, who are 8 people that I would want to be working with? Who are 8 people? Now, go start looking around the industry. And what you want to do is start to build relationships with the people that you want to work with by saying to yourself this one question: what value could I add to this other person's life? What value can I add to this other person's life? And if right away your brain goes, well, I don't have any value, you better start doing personal development. You better start doing some personal development and work on your mindset, because that's what fuels business, is value, right? So here's an example. I know, as an example, that like Ari and I have really next level training, okay? We can take a brand new person that's never made a penny before and take them into freedom within a 90-day period of time if they're coachable. Okay, true story, guys. We've done it dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Okay, part-timers, single moms, homeless people, 15, 17-year-old kids, 19 years old. We had one 19-year-old kid who's making $10 an hour. He's already made $40,000 working with us in like 6-7 months. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you here is that becomes an asset. Okay, an asset to be able to go get other leaders. So if I've got something over here that's a leadership factory and it's working like just crazy, that becomes an asset. And I can now go to other leaders in the industry and say, you know what, I mean, you know, obviously I'm going to build rapport first. You got to build rapport on the front end and change the person's state. It's critical. Okay. If I say, you know, if I'm going to phone you, right, and if I haven't talked to you for a long time, let's say that that I'm phoning Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy, we probably haven't chatted for about the last year or year and a half, and then he says, "Oh, Darren, I got your email, and I saw this iCoinPro deal. It looks really hot. I just want to let you know I'm coming on board. I'm really excited." Right? You just sent me that the other day, right, Jimmy? Yes? Okay. So let's say that I have not talked to Jimmy for a little while. These are learned skills, guys. Okay, I don't know what just happened to that picture. Okay, here it is. These are learned skills. Okay, I'm just gonna stop sharing here for a minute. Okay, these are learned skills, and I learned this stuff from being in a situation where I was in a phone room. I was raising money for public companies, and if I didn't raise any money, I didn't eat. Your skills get pretty good pretty fast, guys, and you start paying attention, right? You start listening to the guys that are really good, the guys that are, you know, I just brought another 25 grand, another 50 grand, another 100 grand. You start listening to their calls and you take notes. True story, okay? So what I noticed was that the people that were just natural, they were just like money raisers, like, holy cow, this guy's just, I can't believe it. Like, you know, within a month he raised, you know, $250,000 or $500,000. So I started to listen to tonality. And what happens is that if I haven't talked to you in a long time, okay, as long as I have made a memorable impression in the past in some way, I've provided value, or, you know, we've had a connection in some way. Okay. If I have not talked to you and I want to reconnect, the first thing that I have to do is I got to change your state. Step one. Okay. Now, I learned this skill, and it has to do with tonality, tone, pitch. Okay. So if I'm going to reach out to Jimmy, and I haven't talked to Jimmy for a year and a half, right? And it's like, you know, I'm going to give Jimmy a call, and it's like, send. And it's like, ring, 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 ring. I'm going to go, Jimmy, what's going on? So you'll notice if you watch the replay that he smiled like this. He's got no control over it, guys. It's neurolinguistic programming. It has to do with pitch and tone. Because I'm at a certain frequency and I am delivering the energy through a portal, which we're on right now. This is also a portal. The Skype's also a portal, and Facebook chat's a portal. It's an energy portal, okay? Your energy of what's going on in here is delivered through the portal. So if you've got issues around money, they broadcast through the portal, and you come up against the objections over here. You got issues with money come up. You got issues with time come up. You got issues with contacts come up. It's typically, I don't have any time, I don't have any money, I don't have any contacts. Those are the three major ones with people, okay? So this is why I only target people that are already in our industry. Makes sense, right? I don't need to convince them about anything, right? I don't need to convince them. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to reach out to Jimmy. I'm going to change his state, number one, and all I want to find out is what's happening in his life. That's it. Genuinely from my heart. I really want to catch up and find out what are you doing right now? What's happening in your life? So I'm going to let him talk. Talk. The energy is going to go, because I'm going to come in high. Wham! What about you? Don't talk about business. Okay? That is called business etiquette. They don't teach this stuff until you get into high-level management or you're the actual CEO of a company, okay? Now, I've done that. You know, I've been CEO of public companies. I've been vice president of marketing. I've rolled out campaigns. I've raised tens of millions of dollars. So I did that by learning these skills. Okay, these are transferable skills, guys. Once you learn this stuff, your whole life will change. Every area, job promotions, advancements, you know, relationships, meeting the person of your dreams, all that stuff starts happening, right? Your whole life will change, right? I had one lady go through Millionaire Mentoring. She lost over 100 pounds and she wasn't even on a weight loss thing. The weight just melted off her body once she dealt with her baggage. So he's going to say, what about you? I'm going to typically talk about two cool things. You know, I just went to, you know, LA, I went to San Francisco, we went to this cool restaurant. Oh my God, it was unbelievable. And, you know, I went to this other place, whatever, a couple cool things. Then I typically am going to, you know, change his state again. I'm going to tell a story. Oh man, I got to tell you this story. This is hilarious. I'm taking the roller coaster. Bam. Now we're both laughing. Okay. Now all I want to know is if he's open right now to take a look at something. That's it. I just want to know if he's open. He either is or he isn't. His other plate's full or it's open right now. That's it. So I want to know. He says, yeah, actually I am. What do you got? Right? All I want to do is get him to watch a video. That's it, guys. Salespeople got to know it all, do it all, be it all, say it all, explain it all. They're the broke ones. The networkers spend all the time on the front end. They connect. They connect. Okay. Once they connect, they change state, right? They catch up. It's a feel good part, right? And then after the feel good part is this person talked a little bit, this person talked a little bit, they reconnected, they got the warm and fuzzy. And now I just want to find out whether or not you're open to something else. Are you open to multiple streams of income? You know, what do you got? You got enough room on your plate right now? Had something land on my lap. Don't know if there's a fit. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. But it's worth taking a look. Okay. So networkers are very good at this. It's very casual, right? So here's an example. I go, so, you know, what do you got on your plate right now? What are you working on? And you go, I'm working on this. you got any room for anything else? Are you looking for multiple income streams like what we got? And they go, not really. I go, cool. What do you got planned for the weekend? It's very casual. They go, no, not really. I go, cool. What do you got planned for the weekend? And they go, well, I'm going here with the kids and, I'm doing that and I'm going to the barbecue and then blah, blah, blah. Awesome. It's great to connect, man. Good to hear from you. Let's keep in touch. It's very casual. Always preserve the relationship, okay? Because no doesn't mean no forever. It just means no, not right now. In 3 months, your wife might have lost her job and now you're all of a sudden, hey, Darren, what was that thing you were talking about? I'm interested in taking a look now, okay? So if you keep it very casual, you will preserve your relationships. This is why I can call somebody that I haven't talked to in 5 years. And when I come in, right, into the call, they laugh. They're, oh my God, they don't avoid my phone call. So if they see my name coming up, state change, because of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Tony Robbins talks about a lot this in his book, okay? This cannot happen with your mask, just so you know. It's not possible. If you do not have your mask off, if you're not your real truth, if you're not your naked soul, forget about it. Serious. You won't make it. People want to connect with the real person. So stop being phony. Stop trying to impress everybody. Stop, doing the, what do you call it? Stop being a people pleaser, okay? Here, I'm going to share this with you guys, and this one thing, once you get it, this can totally change your life, okay? You could literally be the Pope. You could be an angel. You could be Princess Diana. And there will be some people over here that absolutely love you, and there will be some people that absolutely hate you. That's just life. Deal with it. You can't please everyone. And the more that you climb up the ladder into success and the more that people that you start to help, it's going to piss a lot of people off. I'm not kidding you guys. It's going to piss people off, okay? That you're actually out there making a difference in the world and they're not. It makes them angry. That gets you haters. I'm dead serious, okay? And as they see more people pop like popcorn with success because of what they've learned from you, it pisses them off even more. That's when the haters show up. It's a true story, guys, okay? So I'm going to say this one more time. Some people are going to love you. Some people are going to hate you. Oh, well. That's life, okay? And it doesn't matter if you are a saint. There's probably going to be more people that hate you. You could be the best person in the world. You know what I mean? You could be like the philanthropist that just gives away money, and that's going to piss people off. That's just life. So be the real you. Don't try to be someone and stop worrying if you're going to piss somebody off. Speak your truth. Stand in your truth. Stand in your truth. That's why Ari and I have the type of following that we do. So I have like maybe 4,800 friends or something, but I've got over 18,000 followers just on my main page. I'm not talking about a fan page. I'm not talking about spending money on advertising. I'm going to show you guys this so you can see my wall, and I'm going to explain what I did, why I did it, the psychology behind it, so that you too can become a top recruiter. Okay, are you guys good with that? Are you good with that? Who's getting value so far? You glad you showed up? Who's got lots of notes? Okay, got lots of notes, guys? Okay. So I want for you guys to really understand this one thing. 80% of success is just showing up and being here right now. 80% is just showing up and being here right now and taking some notes, okay? Now, I will share with you guys this. I have right now on here Jennifer and Jose, okay? And I want to tell you guys this story because I want to give you hope. I want to give you inspiration for being here today. Now, we all go through trials and tribulations in life. I don't care how far up the success ladder that you've been or how many accolades that you have. We have life challenges. We might have a car accident, or we might slip and fall. We might hurt our back. We might be, work injury. We might go through a divorce or a separation. We could have an illness or a death in the family. We could be in a position where a whole bunch of things happen to put us into a spiral, and we find ourselves really in a bad situation. Now, Jennifer and Jose, between them, they have 6 children. 6. He's got 3, she's got 3, okay? And they found themselves in a situation where not only could they not pay their rent, they had an eviction notice. They went 2 days without water with 3 kids in the house. 2 days without water, okay? And they were down and out. When I say down and out, guys, I'm talking about like moving into depression, like no hope, okay? And they reached out to me and they said, Darren, we don't know what to do. Like, we're screwed. We don't have any money. We've pushed this thing with, rent and stuff as far as we can, and they're going to evict us. They're tossing us out on the street. We don't have any place to go with 3 kids. We're screwed, okay? The first thing that had to happen is they had to shift their mindset, okay? They had to believe that it was possible to do this turnaround very, very quickly. And I said, guys, are you coachable? Yes or no? They said, yes, we're coachable. Are you sure? Yes, we're coachable, Darren. I want you to do this for 10 days. Not 10 months, 10 days. Okay, you'll totally turn your life around, I promise you. Okay, so they started to do exactly what I said every day, every day, every day. And within that 10 days, I think they made $5,700 or something dollars or something. And now they're 10 weeks in, I think they made over 20 grand. Okay. Now I want you to hear from them right now, because I want for you guys to know that it doesn't matter how far down the rabbit hole that you are. You may have gone bankrupt. It doesn't matter. We are going to get you to freedom if you just keep on showing up here. We will get you to freedom. But you have to take notes, and you have to apply what we teach, and you have to step into leadership. If you want to make big money, if you want to make dinner change, no problem. No biggie, okay? But people typically come to me and Ari when they want to become millionaires. We will teach you how to be everything you need to do to become a millionaire. Everything. Just do it, right? But I want you to hear from Jennifer and Jose, because they have standing ovation to them. Standing ovation. Okay, so
the standing ovation is to you guys, because if it wasn't for everything that you guys have taught us, we wouldn't have had the success that we've had so far, and where we're going, because this is just the beginning. We're still like newbies in the game compared to you guys and where we're trying to get to. But it is about showing up and taking notes and just doing the damn thing. If you follow what Darren and Ari teaches, you guys are gonna make it to where you want to be. Financially. You want to share a little bit of our story?
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Darren, Ari? Love you guys. Yeah, I mean, we were really, we're really in a dark place in our lives earlier this year. And, we just got over the holidays, and like most American families, we fell behind our bills. At the time we were with a network marketing company that we were with, and, team duplication just wasn't there, and our organization fell apart very, very fast. And, we just started trying to play catch up. And, once Darren reached out to us and kind of told us the same stuff that he's been telling us all along, and the training and millionaire mentoring, and we really had to surrender our ego and put our pride to the side and just be 100% coachable, follow everything that he told us to do within the 10 days. And then bam, it was $5,400 within 4 days. And then it just kept snowballing after that. And right now we're in the last 11 weeks, it's been $22,700.
Boom! That's what I love hearing.
And we
That's
would
what I
never
love
have
hearing,
heard
man.
about
That's a
it.
success story, guys. Check it out. All right, so here's the deal, guys. We got 10 minutes left, so I'm going to give you a game plan. So I want you to get your piece of paper out. I want you to get your pen ready because I'm about to drop some heat on you right now. I mean, when I say heat, I'm talking heat. This is the game plan, okay? Look, we have 10 minutes right now because in 30 minutes after that, at 2:30, we're doing an iCoinPro hangout, okay? Now, I have a funny feeling they're going to try to pitch you on a system over an OSP. I'm going to tell you up front, I do not use OSP for a reason. Darren and I were on a phone call with the owner of OSP. Vince has a hand in it. The reason I don't use OSP is because Vince gets a copy of all of your leads, which means you're building his list. I don't buy into that. I use a company that's owned by Christians. They do the right thing. The list is your list. We're never going to get your data. And that's very important to me, guys. It's very, very important that we do things ethically. So I'm giving you a heads up right now. If they pitch that, steer clear of OSP. Do not use Online Sales Pro ever, okay? All right, so let me do a screen share real quick, and I'm going to bring you over here. Can you guys see this note that just popped up? Can you see that, Darren?
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
guys. So first off, here's your first lesson in life. You never build a company. You're building Me Inc. Okay, you want to be successful in this business and you want to have longevity. You never focus on the company. The company absolutely 180% does not matter. It doesn't matter at all. Okay, there's really your game plan is you got to wake up with this in mind. Every day, your first goal is to generate leads. How do you do it? Facebook. You're going to do it through posting. You want to post like Darren was talking about. And you want to draw people into you. You want to write, and look, guys, I'm going to tell you up front. If you want to go copy my posts, feel free. But make sure you're copying a lot of the posts that have Bitcoin, education stuff in them, that have links to real stories, stuff like that, because then it starts getting people's interest in Bitcoin. And then all of a sudden they start asking you, what is it? And then you can put them in iCoinPro. Very simple, okay? That's Facebook. Traffic, through solo ads. There's paid ads on Facebook. There's a variety of different ways, guys, you can get traffic. But if you guys need solo ads before you ever buy one, I want you to contact me. Because here's the deal. I do business with just 3 companies. One I own. The other two are owned by people that I know. I don't do business with anybody else in traffic. And the reason being is because there's a lot of people out there like Igor Kefitz, Jan Bretsky. A lot of guys do lead injection. And what that really means is they're not opting into your page. They opted into somebody else's page. 3 seconds later, they were injected into about 100 pages. It's not a real lead for your business. It will never do you any good. And I know who does it, who doesn't. And that's why I only use these 3 companies. Videos. You guys got to get over that hump, man. You got to make some videos. And you know something? You can, look, Jennifer, they just told their story. Here's the thing. They could do a story and talk about, a video and talk about their story all day long. And I guarantee it would light up all the time because that story is what makes people successful. Like I have a story myself and I've shared it some on video. And the reality of it is when people, have been down before, they connect with you right out of the gate, man. Your emotions and everything, they connect. So video is 100% something that you want to do. Facebook Live is something that you want to do. And, you're going to wing it for a while. You're going to get good at it. You're going to get comfortable with it. That's okay, guys, okay? The next step is once you have a lead, you got to cultivate that lead, okay? You need real conversations like you're sitting next to somebody. I joked about this one day. If you want to talk about how to build a real relationship, go on a speed dating if you're not married. Go speed dating because in 5 minutes, you have to sit there and talk to somebody or 10 minutes, whatever it is. You sit there and talk to people and you get to know people in 5 to 10 minutes. It's like crazy, it's just like a next level type of conversation, but that's really what you want on Facebook. The other thing is if you don't want to do that because you are married, your wife's going to beat you up for doing it, go to a dang networking event, guys. Go to a Chamber of Commerce event and network with everybody. Go around the room, spend 5-10 minutes with everybody in the room, get to know them, get a business card, change information, find out, you got wife, kid, what their business is, what do they do, find out all that information. Get comfortable having conversations because that's what this business is all about. It's all about building relationships, guys. The second step in that obviously is building your relationship through email, letter from the heart, evidence of success. Every week, you got to do it every single week through a broadcast. It's very important. Okay. Once you get to where I'm at, guys, it's not so much important anymore because people already know you. They already know your reputation. But you got to start there. If you start there, these people will become loyal to you, and they'll look at you where you can be their confidant. They trust you with information that they don't trust with most people. Okay. The next step, guys, is you have to follow up and make frequent touches. Okay. Now, if you write a good autoresponder campaign, there's a lot of follow-up right there, but there's no touches in an email. You have to make touches. You need to connect with them on Facebook. You need to connect with them on Skype, on Zoom. Have conversations like we're having with you tonight, because that stuff really, really, really makes a huge difference. Like, I've had people where I've said in my emails, hey, if you got questions, feel free to give me a call. Here's my number. And I'm 3 o'clock in the morning sitting in the Philippines. I'm about to go to bed. And all of a sudden I have a U.S. number in my house before. Now it's in my office. They would call me, and all of a sudden I'd pick it up and be like, hello? And they'd be like, is this Ari? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh my God, you're real. I mean, like, this is the type of stuff people are so used to getting spammed and hit with emails, guys. They don't understand it, okay? Now, here's the next step. This one's a little difficult for you to understand, okay? But here's the reality, guys. You have to stay out of the way of your person's goal, okay? I talk about this often, the power of the pendulum. A ball in motion stays in motion. Whatever's in motion stays in motion. It's facts. And see, far too often, if you look at a clock, you got a 3 o'clock, you got a 6 o'clock, and you got 9 o'clock on the clock, okay? Now, I want you to imagine something, okay? Most salespeople try to put themselves at 6 p.m. and they try to lead their customer from 3 to 9. That's the wrong place to be in. The salesperson should be at 9. They should be at 9, okay? And the reality of it is what they're basically doing is the customer is at 6, okay? And what they want is at 3. The salesperson is pulling them back and forth and keeping the motion, because the harder you pull somebody away from something, the stronger they want it. That's just reality. That's why we always talk about going for no, okay? Going for no. Because the more times you get a no, you're closer to getting a yes, guys. That's just the reality. The other side is you want to find pain, okay? And you want to dive deep into the pain. They want to become emotional. I've had people literally tell me in conversations before, my God, I've already fucking told you this, and they're emotional. But that's when I know I got them. Okay, that's when I know I have them, because those are the people that want a way out and they're not afraid to share their feelings. Okay, that's when you give them a solution. Okay, you give them a solution to make them, be able to find their way out of that hole that they're in. Okay, the next step, guys, is you want to motivate your team 4 to 5 mini meetings a week, and you want to give value. You want to teach, train, you want to show income proof, you want to show your own progress and results of others through testimonials like we just did with Yenia. Okay, or, this is Jennifer. I mean, this is the most important part, guys. And then guess what you do the next day? You start the hell over, okay? You start over, guys. That's the brilliance of this. If you do what I'm telling you right now, this little cycle, this little wheel that I gave you, I promise you it works. You get up in the morning every day, focus, 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 generate leads. The leads will start coming in as you're starting to do some of the other things. You start your communication and your conversations. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, now do me a favor. Everybody unmute real quick. I want to hear it, okay? If you learned something today on this meeting, I want to hear everybody scream yes. Ready?
Yes.
Go.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That's from Arkansas.
Hey, so check it out. I had 10 minutes. I got to do it.
Yes.
Did everybody get down my
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now, guys, if you need that note, you didn't get it all the way down, just give me, I'll copy and paste it to you guys. Look, I love each and every one of you. Darren loves each and every one of you. And we want to be here to support you throughout this cycle, guys, but we're going to run these numbers up, and we're going to keep going. So let's have a good day, guys, and let's knock this out. I got to roll, and I will see you soon. Well,
Thank you.
Thank you.